Oh, that's so disgusting. Is there a way to do that?
And we're live.
Oh, great.
Hello, everybody. That's not my intro. Hey, guys. Master J here. Today, I am live streaming with the guys again for another calls with friends. I think is what the live stream is called. It looks like the live stream is up, so I'm gonna close that.
It still
And
says
yeah.
podcast 1, not 2.
All right. Hold on. I can fix that hopefully. And if not, then I'll fix that later on. But this is the second podcast. And today the main topic is high school. What high school has been like for us, what it's going to be for Zeal, things like that. We're going to give our high school experiences. But yeah, what do you say hi, guys?
Hello, howdy.
Hi, guys and gals. This setup sucks. I don't know how to fix this.
Alright, change that to a 2. Please stop. Alright, hopefully it changed it. I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell.
Just a minute, there's a better way to fix this.
For me, it says podcast 2, so hopefully it fixed. I also, one thing that I don't know how it's working for you guys is my mic, my audio, because I've been messing around, because I got my good camera to work for the live stream. So my voice may not match with my mouth for this live stream, and if it doesn't, I'm sorry. I did my best.
Okay, how does this sound for you guys? Is it, like, better quality? Like, is it...
You sound fine.
Is it the same as I was sounding before?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Okay. Not better, not worse?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm doing this.
All right.
Really
So-
hope it doesn't fall down.
Where do you guys want to start? High school. That's our main topic today. Let's see
Ah,
if we can actually, stay on topic today. Also.
we could just do what we did last time. Go on a long tangent about quizzes.
Yeah, but I want to see if we can actually do a real live stream, like stay on topic.
Yeah.
What is how was your guys' first day of high school? Let's start there.
I was kind of nervous, but it was big fiasco. Our school has this weird thing where they like first give us this whole like setup with our classes, and then after the setup is like underway, they like basically screw up at the last minute and give us a completely new schedule than what we thought we were gonna get, and then we just go to our classes. Other than that, it was just like, hey, my name's Isaac Black. I'm pleased to be here.
What high school do you go to again?
Sanji. Sanji represent.
What about you, Zell? How was your first day of high school?
I didn't like it.
Nobody
Why-
likes it.
I
Why didn't you
enjoyed
like it?
the old setup of staying in one classroom for the entire
Okay,
day.
I can understand that.
That was nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, when you had a sub, then the entire day was just busy work.
My first day wasn't that bad. Like I was scared and I didn't know anybody, but I still had I still had Zell and Sage and Brent. So it was nice. I was definitely scared. Like I was so not ready to go to high school. I enjoyed going to a school that allowed me to go to a field trip every day. Like my class was practically my family.
Every day.
But then well, I mean not every day. Once every month.
Oh, I see. That
So
spoiler rich kids.
well, we weren't really rich. We had a lot of fundraisers. Like we made enough money to go to Canada.
I still would have done that, other than just sitting around doing nothing all day.
What's been the hardest thing about high school for you guys?
The other students.
AP.
True. The other students. What about AP?
AP classes.
I just have
Don't like them?
It is a buttload of work for what you will eventually have to do anyway. It's just next year is going to be a fun year. I took a lot of electives, so it's basically going to be band as usual, wood shop, just like a whole bunch of stuff all around the place, except for AP psychology. I'm really excited about that. not sure if Mr. Wright's gonna be too happy about it though. Uh,
I don't know. What was it? Wait, what did I ask? Was it the best or the worst? What was the question?
Worst.
I don't even remember.
I think you
Already-
said worst.
yeah, the worst thing about
Worst
high
thing-
school and AP
Worst thing about high
classes.
school? I think
Just-
the worst thing for me, like, and it's kind of, for me, I think the worst thing about high school is the teachers over the years. Not that the teachers were like we've had bad, like we, how do I explain it? We've had good teachers, but we've also had a lot of teachers at my school that didn't teach us, were too lazy, were too goofing around, and a lot of them actually got fired in my years of high school, which is weird how many teachers either left or got fired in
Got
all my years of
canned.
high school.
Yeah.
How many were there, Zell? There was like
Well, let's
our
see.
primary ones, not like people like coaches or things like that. Like our primary teachers. How many have we lost over the years?
So is anyone actually watching right now?
I forgot to put my phone up so I could check that.
And we're
I use
sure
my-
that the comment section is working.
It should be, yes.
Okay.
If you want to test it, you can.
Okay.
Say something like, hey there, how there, who there, whatever.
Howdy. Except for that's 11X's catchphrase.
Yes, the live stream looks like it's live.
Hmm.
And it looks, yeah. So anyway, so how many teachers have we lost, Zell?
Let's see, there is 2 and 9. Well, 1 during 9th, 2 after 9th. And there was 2, I believe, for sophomore, 1 after one after junior. But no, yeah, it was after sophomore because I took art junior year. So that's 6 so far, 5 or 6, and then other 2 for junior year. No, 3 for junior year.
Okay, still don't know how to see views.
Not sure how many that is so far.
Did you send something?
No, I couldn't. I don't know. Top chat. Oh, I can now. Okay, so.
Actually, wait a minute. Can I just...
It should work. I have it on my other account to watch the live stream to make sure everything's working. Hey look, it worked. It's on the live stream. Or it will be first in a second.
I cheated the system. I misspelled subscribe, and then I also just said me instead of Zyla for Christ, so people would know what I'm talking about, but not get confused or like not be able to see it.
Look, I fixed the text too. I fixed it so that, you know, it's all transparent and nice and fancy.
Cool.
Anyway, so where were we at? So we lost a lot of teachers in high school over the past couple of years.
Oh, guys,
Have you, what?
53 subscribers.
Nice. Have you had any teacher drama at your high school?
Me?
Yeah.
Actually, ironically, yes and no. One is sort of not mentionable. I can't talk about it because it would offend some people that I still know. And the other one is that it's actually kind of funny. I move schools and stuff. Sorry, I had some grilled cheese earlier, and that's just like the leftover cheese. I had a lot of teachers that right after I left the school, they left the school immediately too. So it's sort of like gone on for that most of my life. I've always had the same teachers until I left, then everything changed apparently. And just sort of like went on like that. Like my principal left right after I left the Toronto, and Belvedere was weird because we got a new principal the instant that I came. So yeah,
Nice.
I
We've
mean,
had we've
yeah.
had one principal swap, and that was we had it. Was that 10th grade,
That was
Zell?
just they were just there for ninth. After ninth, they left.
Oh, okay. Um, so yeah, that was interesting. Um, what's the hardest class that's been in high school so far for you
English,
guys?
all of
Why
English.
English? Why
Well,
English?
no, not. Well, right now English because like there's been a lot of assignments and maybe even history. I mean, I really don't like history either, but English and history are like my two not favorite classes because I've only ever taken like honors in AP, which ends up being a buttload of work, and history in and of itself is really not. It's lackluster, and having that much work on top of it is really lackluster. you
What about you, Zell?
AP Calculus.
Well, you chose to do it.
Yeah, I
guys
know.
have AP? I thought you only had
Mhm.
honors.
It's the
Like-
only AP class. For
Yeah.
honors, there is history
Honestly-
and English.
Yeah, calculus in itself is pretty. But anyways, I don't want to take it.
Where did I start? I think I did. I stop
wanna
at
take it anymore.
pre-calculus or calculus?
Yes, that was the last thing you took.
Calculus or pre-calculus?
Pre-calculus.
It was. Why did I think I went?
Well,
No, I did not
we
go
have
to
got
calculus.
to get you in a face cam so you can be a part of these live streams more, like other than just what you do now.
You can see my face already. Look.
Never mind.
He's technically not wrong.
Yeah, but he's also technically not right.
Technically.
Anyway,
What's the easiest class?
Media.
Media has been pretty easy. Not study hall?
That's not a class.
Yeah, true.
Besides, I'm
Technically
usually
it is.
doing
it's a period.
the next period
Um,
in study hall.
What'd you say?
I'm usually doing work in study hall because the next period is English and after that is government. So I
True,
do that
true.
homework from the night before.
Yeah. I've been there. Like all the time.
okay, there has to be a better way to work this out. Like,
High school is definitely an interesting topic because you have all the academics and everything, but then you also have the topic of friends, the friend topic, which usually for most people, the friend topic is kind of the thing that they love most about high school because you have all the studies and all the schoolwork and everything like that, but then when it comes to friends, it's kind of like a way to get away. Lately, though, it's been like, for me and Zell at least, it feels like all the friends are like being more. What's the word? Being more. My friends could watch this later. Dramatic, I guess. How would you describe our friends lately, Zell? Without naming names, of course.
Hmm.
can you guys hear yourself?
No.
Ourselves?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Kind of blasting out my headphones, but as far as it goes, I like this setup better because I like having my hat on, but I also like hearing.
Yeah.
But
So
then
what
I'll ruin
about
the
it, Zell?
headphones. Okay. So
What's wrong?
here we go.
What are you doing?
Heads, I put on the headphones, take off the hat. Tails, I put on the hat, take off the headphones.
Oh, you're so dramatic.
What were we just
Screw it.
talking about?
I just
Oh,
want
yes.
the headphones anyway.
Our
I'm
friends have
sorry
been
that
very
happens on
dramatic
for a few
lately.
minutes there. Okay, now we're back.
But yeah.
Hello.
How have the friends been in your eyes lately? The topic of friends.
Me?
No, Zell.
Ah.
Zell first.
Thought so.
I guess dramatic would be the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Same person who always had
Spinach.
friends.
Well,
Close enough.
qu-
Well, for
yeah,
you
close
they
enough.
would be.
What about you, Zeal? Have you how's your friend situation been at high school?
Actually, better And it's been in a while. I mean, I've had a lot, like before it was a lot of acquaintances and not a lot of people call me their friends, but nowadays we've basically gotten over each other to the point that I can call most of them my friends, even if they don't want to call me their friends. But
Nice.
there's a few in particular.
See, because I like all of my friends. I have no problem with any of them. Just because I don't like making drama or being involved in drama. I like even if they're going through something or if I'm going through something. I like at the end of the day to still be friends. But it's like you know can't be the only one. Zell can count for that because everybody else is just being dramatic lately. But yeah, friends is an interesting topic when it comes to high school.
And now that we gotten over friends, let's move on to girlfriends.
Girlfriends. You want to start out, Zell?
No.
Where's the group chat? The big one. Zell.
The one that won't stop talking?
Not the limo group chat, the regular one. I can't find it. Oh wait. Is it this one? Nope, that's the original limo group chat. Is it this one? Is Caroline in the original one?
I don't know.
Because that's what there's one here that says that. I want to send out a little message that we're live streaming. See who's in this. And it kind of looks like everybody's in this. Are you in this one? Where are you, Zell?
I don't know.
Screw it. I'll just
Just
post
do
it.
the one that was last.
Used?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could probably send a message out to my subscribers. Because people do that, right? You can send a message over YouTube.
You can. I think. I don't know. I'm not sure.
My messages are in videos. That's where Zella News comes in.
Yeah, but
Or announcements. Or live streams.
because every once in a while I just get like a message or something saying, like, telling me like something's happening or something.
But the girlfriend topic is an interesting topic. I mean,
11
mine is more happy than your guys's.
Not the history. Let's go through that, shall we?
We don't gotta go through history. This is about high school, not middle school.
I don't know. I think it would be like interesting to get into that juicy stuff.
We've got 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
I don't
Spill the
Listen.
beans. Spill the beans. Spill the beans.
see, but the thing is, the people that would be involved with those stories, I'm still acquaintances with or friends with, which means that they can still watch this.
So
And
make it
even
as,
if
make
even
it
if I
as
didn't,
kind as possible.
as
Spill the
kind as
beans. Spill
possible.
the beans.
Wasn't as kind as possible when it happened to me.
Yeah, but if you don't want to offend people, spill the beans.
Ugh, I don't know. I mean, what was it? There was.
Here,
I'm not gonna name names, but there was.
I'll recap stuff in case you
one,
don't want
two. No, I got it.
to.
Because if you do it, you're gonna make everything go wrong.
Yep.
That one. I think. Okay, so yeah, there was 4 before my current girlfriend Kaylee. I'm not afraid to say Kaylee because she's the one that I'm actually happy with. Not to say that the other ones weren't mean or anything. Oh, man, this is gonna get me in trouble. I don't know. The other ones really didn't count as real relationships because we were younger. We were in like middle school. It was like 8th grade. So it didn't really. I wouldn't count it as like a real relationship. But I mean, if you really wanted to know, the first one was kind of off again, on again. She would ask me, I would go back, then she'd say, hey, I'm not feeling it, then we'd break up. Then there was the second one who we dated for like a week. We only saw each other once that week, and I guess it was too awkward, so she dumped me. Then after that, there was another one. We dated for a little bit until I decided to dump her to go to the original girl. And then you had the last one, which we dated for probably 2-3 months, something like that. And I mean, that was more of like I don't know, that relationship lasted longer, but it didn't do anything. Most we did was hang out, talk. We went to church together. I don't know. I don't want to talk about this, but it all led up to the best girlfriend, which was Kaylee. Because she's actually been there for me and, cared about me and, makes me feel loved.
Okay, 11ox, let's hear your side of the conversation. Over his long history of broken up girlfriends and tragic loves and losses, how has your experience been as one of his best friends?
You asking
failed
him
attempts at getting a girlfriend?
No.
Are you talking about Zell's relationships or my relationships?
I'm talking about your experience in PyJ's relationships.
He's asking you your side of the story of mine, which I don't think we need to talk about. But if you really feel like talking about it,
11ox.
We did have some talks. Remember the God talks?
Yeah. And we've run out of guys' nights to have more.
11ox.
Just go ahead, Zell. If you have a side of the story for my relationships, go ahead. But because of that, we're also going to talk about your guys' relationships.
Oh, sure. I'm totally good with that.
That's
Your
fine
past.
by me.
Again, just not naming names. But go ahead. What's your side of the story as far as mine goes?
Hold on. Well, I say you made poor decisions for the majority of the time until you got to Kaylee.
Makes sense. I can concur that is true. That is indeed true. Anything else?
Well, as long as you are happy now, then I believe your history will no longer continue to negatively affect you in the future.
So I'm guessing.
So is that it for you, 11ox?
I'm guessing you're wanting to give your input, right?
Of course, saving the best for last. Okay, so if I had a name,
Please be careful.
I will tiptoe.
You
around
can't
this.
name anybody's names.
I can't
and
remember
remember,
half the names.
zealot for Christ.
I can't remember half the names anyway. So, okay, so basically, if I could number the amount of times that Joey has talked to me in a lovesick fashion over the naysay, almost redundant relationships of his entire experiences, I can say this: they were interesting. There's a point where, yes, he used to stay up in the middle of the night receiving and giving texts to the girl that he always wanted to get, but unfortunately he never could because of the fact of the on-again, off-again relationship. But there were complaints, there were nags, and there were a whole buttload of him just yapping on to me and when I was trying to get some sleep. But that's okay because it made us closer as friends.
Oh, wait, hold on. We actually got a comment.
Oh,
We got a comment. Hi, it's
Hello.
Jackson. Hello there.
What's going on?
We're talking about high school and our past experiences, and right now, my cousin wanted to talk about relationships. Well, we started talking about friendships, and then it got on to this whole topic about, yeah, you did. We started talking about girlfriends and things like that. So we were talking about my past girlfriends and that kind of thing. And Zeal's giving his side of the story for what he thinks about my past relationships before Kaylee.
And then after that, basically once they broke up forever sort of thing, it was a highway to hell. Basically he started jumping from one girlfriend to the next to the next to the next until he finally met up with the one that he did. But there were a lot of roller coasters. There was the one that was his friend that didn't like him too much because they were friends for so long. There was that one that was basically just not as kindly as Kaylee. And then there was Kaylee, and he finally stuck with that one. And for 3 years, we have seen his romantic relationship bloom with this fine girl as they become closer as people and closer to God with the God triangle.
And yes, I am acknowledging the last comment you did, Jackson. You said, "Oh, okay, nice, man. Yeah, man. Yeah." Just want to make sure that I engage with the audience because I haven't had this many comments on one stream before.
Well, you only had 1.5 last time.
And one of them,
Hey, so we're making progress.
one of them was Steven, so.
I would post on Instagram that I'm live streaming, but my phone's almost dead, so I don't know. Well, I could try.
You could charge
Turn
it.
No, I can't actually.
Oh yeah, he
That's
can't anymore.
I'll tell you that story once we're done with this topic. But yeah, let's move on to, since I'm the leader of this live stream, I'm gonna choose
Dun, 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 dun.
Zeal. Let's talk about your past.
Zealinator,
first.
Zealinator Levenox. It's your
Nope.
turn.
Nope.
Okay,
Zealot
so-
for Christ.
Basically, let's see. In the second grade was my first crush, probably.
Holy crap! You're going back to second grade?
I remember vividly every crush that I ever had. Okay, so
Wow. I mean, I could, if you wanted that, then I mean, there was one more girl that I missed out on. But I mean, that was like fourth grade, something like that.
I was in the second grade. There was a chick named Bailey, cute girl, very quiet. I think that's where I started getting a type, I guess you could call it. But anyways, basically, I yammered to some friends that I had a crush on this girl, and then basically when they told this girl, and they weren't my friends, they were just people. But anyways, when they got to there, and then it got really awkward because she was also in my group, and then I had no idea what to do after that point, and I was like second grade, so what were you gonna do? So from that point, I went on to a different school entirely, which was nice because it was a whole new restart. I was in the fourth grade when I met this girl named Maddie. I had a very interesting crush with her. Unfortunately, I also yammered to some people who I wouldn't consider friends now, but I kind of did back then because I didn't know what a friend was. But anyways, I yammered to them about it. They said something extremely rude to her about it, like, because, dude, I'm still a virgin right now, so basically I had no idea what she was even talking about when she repeated what he was saying. But basically, she then moved schools the next year thinking that I was some sort of 5-year-old child abuser, even though I was also 5 years old, so that's not possible. But man, I always have regrets whenever I think about that, because now it's just like it's in my gut that she thinks I'm this monster, but I'm not, because that wasn't actually what was happening. I was saying that I would like to date her maybe, and then he took it to a whole nother level, to putting in all these excruciating details that never actually was discussed, and it was so trash. And I will never forgive him for that. And I will also never forget those people for letting me not remember the day that I got my bike wrecked, but that's not important right now. Continuing on, there was this one girl that I will not mention because I still know her, that I did have a crush on, but things didn't work out because of a characteristic that she had. But anyways, okay, 11ox, your turn. Or do you guys want to talk, or Joey, do you want to talk about your experiences with my relationship issues?
Well, the thing is, like, with your past relationships, I don't...
relationships. I never actually had
relationships. I don't know. I didn't really get too much into them. Like, you didn't get into, like, deep talks about them to really, talk about them now. But I don't know, you told me you were... The only one that I remember is the most recent one that you just said.
That you will not go any deeper into the conversation that I have already right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know enough about it to really...
Ironically, I actually had a conversation with this girl a few days ago, or weeks ago, I can't remember. But basically, I think she forgot completely about me. Which is good, I guess.
Because, like, all I really, like, yeah, because I don't know, the most I could say about your relationships is that,
it's a train wreck?
No, I mean, that you always ask me about my own friends at school.
That's true.
To see if I can get you
I don't have
a girlfriend.
I don't have much of a life. Oh, by the way, guys, if there's any nice Christian girls out there that, are Christian and would like to go on a date or something, woo.
So yeah. Do you have an input, or do you want to move on to your side of the spectrum, Zell?
Nah, I don't believe I have anything to comment on his.
All right. Well, then, how has your relationship past been? Again, you can go into a little bit more detail. Just don't give names.
Well, I guess mine would start back in ninth grade, technically, and I didn't feel like, or I didn't think it would be a good idea to act upon anything beforehand. So I guess ninth grade, I liked a girl. She didn't like me back. End of story. There really wasn't much to it.
Very intriguing.
In 10th grade, I liked another one, and the day I was going to get her phone number, she left the school.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. That was so sad.
Hold on. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember these in order. I need to keep going back to my acronym. Even though... Never mind. I give too much away.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then later that year, I liked another girl. Still didn't like me back, but to this day, we are still friends. And then junior year, I'm trying to remember, there's another one. And then once I wasn't gonna do much that yet, or I wasn't going to do anything quickly, and then she left too. And then fifth one, sorry. We're still kind of friends. We don't talk much anymore other than every once in a while in class. And then I believe that's pretty much it. So 5 failed attempts at a relationship. And perhaps before the end of the year, we'll see if that number reaches 6.
What a trail of broken dreams.
Don't say that it's gonna be 6 broken relationships. You should say 5 and 1 succeeded one. You gotta stay positive.
I don't know the future. I don't know if it's gonna succeed or not.
Then why would you also say then that it's gonna fail?
I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying...
You said that you have 5 failed relationships, and
5
we'll see at the end of the year if
attempts.
it's 5 failed attempts. And you'll see at the end of the year if there's going to be a 6th one.
Okay, well, we'll need to wait and see, because you know what's coming up.
I'm aware.
Prom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if you needed to fill that extra seat, I'm always open.
Well, that's up to Zell.
Yeah.
But
don't worry, I'll only be there for moral support for Zell anyway. Even though he doesn't consider me his friend, but I consider him one of mine, so woohoo.
We were talking about high school, so where did we leave off before the girlfriend thing? Friends? And then after, what can we talk about other than friends now? Because we're about 33 minutes into the live stream.
Sports.
Haven't taken any. End of story for me.
I was in soccer.
Just a sec. Did I do something wrong? That's a nice job. Oh, thank you. Cleaning bathrooms, apparently.
So
oh, by the way, that was my mom. Everybody.
Hello.
Anyways,
I was in soccer for like 2 years, and I have a soccer. Oh my gosh, what day is it?
Saturday.
It's Saturday.
It's coming up on Monday.
Yeah, I have a banquet on Monday for the final soccer thing of the year.
So are you gonna invite Kaylee?
No, because like it's just the team, and she probably doesn't want to be there.
Mm.
So
Do you want to be
actually,
there?
it's good.
No.
We don't have to go on to that topic. As much as I love my team,
Team bonding's always fun.
see how do I say this? Disclaimer: I want to be on the team and at the banquet. I love everything about the season. Was that convincing?
No.
No. Oh, okay. Darn.
Darn.
No, but I mean, other than that, I mean, I was in the practices for basketball for probably a month or two in ninth grade, and then when season started, I quit because it wasn't that I quit because of season. I quit because I was being treated like dirt, and I hated it, and I just didn't enjoy anything about the basketball team, so I left. And then I was in one football practice, hated every minute of it. I don't like football, no offense, and I know a lot of people are gonna hate me. It's like even people in my family don't like the fact that I don't like football. But hey,
Hey,
I don't like
hold on.
football.
Should I shave this part of my neck right now? Does it look back?
Right
What did
now?
that have to do with anything?
I don't know. Nothing. Sorry.
I don't know. And what about you? Sports for you, Zeal?
So, marching band is fun. It's a sport. It is. Anyone who disagrees can fight me to the death. Anyways,
Already did.
fought me
True.
to
You
the
guys
death.
fought to you,
Okay, but
you
you
fought-
never really argued with me over the whole band situation, because, well, yeah.
We had
yes.
other arguments.
What do you think, Zell? Do you think that band is counted as a sport?
Marching band specifically.
Marching band. So like the big trumpets, the drums, the outfits going around on the field like during like halftime and stuff.
I'd say it's exercise. I can't really call it a sport.
Do you call cheerleading a sport?
I'm gonna lose a lot of people. I don't. I think it's
That is the only acceptable loophole. If you do not consider cheerleading a sport, then I guess you can't really consider marching band a sport.
I know a lot of people count and most of them are cheerleaders, but I know a lot of people count cheerleading as a sport. But I don't know. I don't see it. It's not that I'm against it being a sport. I just don't see how it is. You guys exercise, you run, that's great and all. Well, you don't have an end goal. There's no conflict. There's no battle. There's no. All
There
you're
are
doing
cheer
is dance.
competitions, though.
There are yeah, but I mean,
I can
Hey,
see
guess
a
what?
cheer competition more than I can see a marching band competition, though.
true.
A long list of schools going up to each other with a show that they've been working on for at least 6 months, coming together, and there's judges in the stand watching our choreography combined with our music, combined with the skill and the writing and of itself. One winner, like say 49 losers, and it's all over after we either lose or win.
Boy, you riled them up like in 2 seconds.
Anywho.
Anyway, what else is there about the high school? What stuff is even in? We could talk about news,
Oh, tennis.
Or is it-
Or will we?
Tennis.
or will we?
I like tennis.
Oh yeah, you are in tennis, huh?
I've been jumping around varsity and sub-varsity for a while. It's just I need to get better at my serves. I think that's my biggest problem. But I will be varsity by the end of the season. And I would have been varsity. I would have still been varsity if like this guy named Patrick at my school didn't like stop wanting to be.
Oh, be careful.
Oh no,
Name names people could watch.
Patrick didn't want to be my partner, and that's what made us both not varsity anymore. But we're working our way back.
We soccer almost made it. Well, almost in quotations made it to
CIF.
CIF.
We had the same league. That's funny.
We had like
Do you have a tennis team?
I think no.
Aw.
I think we needed to win like 2 other games in our season to make it to CIF, or make it to the 3rd place of CIF. The least,
At least medal.
but whatever,
Yeah.
the least medal. But hey, like our coach said that if we had made it, like even at least made it to CIF, not won or whatever in CIF, just made it to it, we were allowed to shave his head, and yeah, that was a bit of a bummer that we didn't get to do
Hey, you
that.
still have one more year, right? Oh no.
No, I don't. You do, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, but you know, I don't.
Actually, I still have 2 years technically because this season hasn't even started until next Thursday.
I Oh my gosh! Like,
Tuesday. It's on Tuesday, not Thursday. Tuesday. League starts on Tuesday.
You've been forgetting.
No, because my coach keeps on or not my coach, my captain. He keeps on sending me texts about information and stuff. But unfortunately, I said, "Is there a game today?" Yo, no, it's practice. Case something was, or someone was spreading rumors, which they were. And then when is our next game? He said next Thursday. Send me a picture, and then right after that, which I didn't see until like Friday, was next Tuesday. My bad. Cool. And then basically, so it's next Tuesday, not Thursday. I need to get that in my head.
So what else is there with high school? What is high school in?
You were about to
give-
name something, and then we continued with
Oh.
tennis.
Well, I mean, news is one thing. It's part of
Yeah.
our media class, but
News.
Zeal doesn't really have news. So we can talk about it if you want. Do you guys want to talk about news, or is it?
It's fun, but it's fun to watch. But
I'm the official editor. I just want everybody to know I'm the most important.
the most important, so all those stutters and stuff get out of the video, even though they don't really get out of the video.
All the like
Yes.
10 minutes of bloopers or not talking at all. There's times where I'm cutting out scenes from the news videos where they're not even talking. They're just sitting there thinking of what to say. It's awful.
And that the Friends logo or whatever.
Yeah, we've had a lot. I think the most recent new intro we've had was Full House. We did a Full House intro, which I was actually proud of.
And the
I
original,
liked that one.
the original Office one.
Technically, the original intro for news was the Friend song or whatever. What was it? How does it go? It's like friend. Yeah, thank you for being a friend.
Oh, that one.
Travel down the
That was the
road and
original.
back again. That was the original one. And then the original intro, like intro to a video was
It's my best friend.
Oh yeah, the best friend one. He's my best friend. Da 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 da. Something like that.
When does Office come in?
Office was like
4 and
week
5.
6, because 3 I know was Don't Stop Believing.
Because that
Don't
was
stop
senior retreat.
Believing.
Yeah. I don't remember 4 though. Was that Office?
Hold on, let me
Don't
check
stop
because I
believing. Ooh.
So yeah.
yeah, 4 and 5 were Office. 6
Was
was
it?
SpongeBob. 7 was Friends. 8 was Simpsons, I believe. 9
I
was...
did not like the Simpsons one.
So,
What?
what else can we talk about?
What happens in high school? What's like... Oh, we could talk about senior stuff. I know you're not a senior just yet, but you can still talk about it. Like, one thing that we've... Oh, no, I can't talk about that because we're live. And it hasn't happened yet, so I can't talk about that. Dang it. What's something about being a senior? Well, oh no, I have a good question. What was the worst... Hey!
Oh, sorry.
What has been the worst year of high school and the best year of high school?
I mean, I want to say that senior year will be the best year because I'll have a lot of electives, and I'm really happy with that. And I'm not going to be taking as many hard courses. I can't say sophomore was my least favorite. I can't say maybe. There's a lot of good things about all of them. If I could put all the good things in one year, that would be it. And if I could put all the bad things in one year, I could do that too. I guess my least favorite had to be probably freshman, maybe. I mean, not a lot of stuff happened then. I guess that's why. It's just like there wasn't a lot of stuff, and I didn't have a lot of classes that made me kind of, I guess you could say, excited about school. I don't know.
Yeah. What about you, Zell?
I'm trying to think. Because it's hard to categorize. Because ninth grade and this year were both relatively easy. Yet at the same time, there's a lot of drama this year and last year. So it's hard to say.
I think because of the drama this year, I would most likely say that senior year would be my favorite. But because of all the drama, freshman by far has been my favorite year. It was easy. I didn't have to do a lot. I just strolled through classes. I passed easy. It was nice. It was great. I made new friends. I met Kaylee that year. It was great. But then there was what was my worst year? It was, sophomore was my worst year because I don't remember like any good memories from sophomore year. It was just all around awful. And then junior year was kind of like that, in between. I had a lot of good moments, I had a lot of bad moments. Senior year would be good because of, media class and all the easy classes that I've worked hard to get to. And now it's like,
Worked hard. You haven't worked hard very much.
in the past 3 years to get to the easy classes.
You still procrastinated last year.
Yes, but that was because I was almost to the easy stuff. Sophomore and freshman year, I procrastinated, but I got my work done. I studied hard. Everything was fine. This year, I don't have to worry as much. It's easy. It's simple. I don't have to be scared. The only thing to be scared of is now that I have to keep my GPA up for a scholarship to get to GCU that I'm hoping to go to, which it looks like I'm going to.
Hey, I also want to go there.
I filled out my.
Hey Joey.
What?
Okay, just a minute. Like after you're done talking about this, remember yesterday?
Yesterday. What was yesterday?
We were talking over Skype.
About what? Remind me.
We were talking about like your audio and stuff and just like everything.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, without giving away what I'm thinking of, do you remember what we did with that thing that we fixed? Do not say it. Do you remember the thing we fixed?
Is there any way you could jog my memory?
Okay, yesterday we were working on your face cam and stuff, and then we were just messing around playing like 5 things, and then I grabbed an item that I gave a similar thing to you for your birthday.
Oh, yes. Okay, what about it?
Okay, go grab it without like showing it to the audience, and when you're done talking, let's do almost exactly what we did yesterday.
Nah, I'm good.
I said go grab your gun, dude.
You have an orange piece on it. My orange
know.
piece is missing, so mine looks like an actual gun.
So, oh, by the way, I gave Joey a similar gun, except for his orange piece fell off somehow. But yeah, we made these holsters for it, so that's pretty cool.
What was I even talking about? Oh, GCU. I just filled out today a student, what's the word? Dorm page thing, like where I would be living.
I still
and
wonder
stuff about me.
I wonder if you
Good Lord.
I wonder if you get there before I do. If we could still like be in the same dorm after a certain point in time.
I'll ask my my advisor lady that I talked to.
Okay.
She could probably tell me.
Because that'd be so cool.
It's weird because like I already got suggestions for people that I can request to bunk with. There's this dude who his entire description just said, "I'm pretty cool." That was it. I was like, I put this whole thing about like how you should be prepared because I snore. I put things like I like Marvel Comics. I like to edit and use the computer. I usually stay up later. I prefer the top bunk. I put all this stuff. And then you have this dude who's like, yeah, I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty cool. I'm like, okay. Um, there's another guy who said he liked to be, was like a nerd and liked to nerd out, but he's too feely and not like I don't know how to explain it. He said like when in a conflict he wants to confront the person about it rather than like let both people just take it in.
Suffer.
He likes he wants the person that he bunks with to become his all-time best friend, and this is like on a scale. So you can put like not friends at all, you can kind of be friends but also not great friends, and then you could put like all-time best friend, mega superpower, whatever. And he chose like he wants to be best friends with me, and I'm like, listen, I know we're gonna be bunking for 4 years.
Or
But-
like a limited amount of time, and then you switch to me.
Yes, but I'm not looking for for a new guy to be bunking with, like if somebody I don't know to become all-time best friends as a freshman. Maybe if I've already had a year of college, but college is a whole other separate issue now for me and Zell.
Like, if you're gonna take a 4-year college and then go, or if you're just gonna like go straight away.
It looks like I'm gonna be able to just right after high school go to GCU. It looks as though I'm gonna make it
I think I might have to
for
take
all
a few
4
years.
years.
I think I might have to take a few years off to like for money reasons and also GPA reasons.
But yeah, it's looking good. Then you have Zell, who I hear wants to go to Alaska.
Yep.
What's your whole take on that? Is there like a college you want to go there, or is it just
Nope.
because of the place? You just want to go because it's Alaska?
And
Yep. Because
you
it's much
still aren't
nicer up there.
convinced. You still aren't convinced that people get paid for living in Alaska.
Not quite.
I don't.
There's
how-
gotta be.
that
The
can't-
government just doesn't give free money away without.
You
a
don't give
reason.
money away for living in a state. Okay, Google. Is it gonna work? Yes. Oh, it's probably. Well, it's. Say. No. Okay.
Hey Siri,
Do people in Alaska
can you get paid for living in Alaska?
What to say? My native currency is pan-dimensional.
Do Alaskans get paid to live in Alaska? The Permanent Fund Dividend is a dividend paid to Alaska residents that have lived within the state for a full calendar year, January to December, and intend to remain an Alaska resident indefinitely. This means if residency is taken on January 2nd, the calendar year wouldn't start until next January 1st. So wait, they get paid?
Mm-hmm.
No way.
Why?
Why? What's
'Cause
the
it's
point? What's so cool
Alaska.
about Well, I guess you should move to Alaska then, Zell. Because from the looks of it, you're going to get paid if you stay there for over a year and intend to stay. Well, that's stupid. Alright, I guess I stand corrected. I still don't believe that that's really fair, but whatever.
It's okay. Alaska, you freeze your butt off. Yes, there's some nice places around there, but you freeze your butt off. There's not a lot of community outside of it. I mean, the nature's nice and all, but you're still freezing your butt off. Like, there's long nights, there's long days. Like, I'm talking like, you know how in the Arctic there's a lot of like long nights, long days sort of thing, and like how daylight
Mhm.
changing saves and stuff. They have that on an extreme scale. So it's sort
I
of
know.
like it's just that's why they get paid for living there because
So
That sounds
then,
like a waste of money.
then why do you want to
America.
go then, Zell? What's your whole deal with Alaska?
Not deal with everybody down here.
That's also a fair point.
I mean, but you could go to like Washington or
And he could
Something
get,
like that.
and he could get paid for living in Alaska.
why Alaska specifically? Why not something more like closer to California, but not California?
He can't get paid anywhere else
Less
but Alaska.
people to bother me. Less people around. More open space.
Cheaper
for stuff.
houses. Probably
Hmm.
cheaper houses.
Just wondering. I didn't know what the whole backstory behind it was. Well, that's cool.
That was fun. So
Well, yeah, we've been talking for a good chunk of time. We're at about 53 minutes, so we don't have to end it yet, but we can, kind of give the a final topic about high school to talk about. So what's something we haven't talked about high school that we could end with?
Favorite
Something that's
teacher.
interesting.
Favorite and least favorite teacher.
Ooh, that's least favorite.
My least favorite teacher's not there anymore.
I was gonna say some of my least favorite teachers were one of the ones that left, like I talked about in the beginning.
My least 3 all left.
It doesn't matter if they left. It just matters that if they're your least or favorite teacher, and then describe like what they were and why they were your least or favorite.
Well, I could give you a list, dude. I could give you
very least favorite,
the chemistry teacher,
very least favorite, very favorite.
Very least. I would have to say probably my very least would have to be. Man, that's a tough one though, because there's 2 and they're both female teachers. It's not that they're female. I'll clarify. It is not that they're female. That I hate them. It's just that.
Crazy versus emotional.
Yep. I think I would go with the crazy art teacher I had. She was just nuts.
There's so much lag on this. Like I'm watching it right now, and it's like I just turned my head up, and then it just like did this, and then you.
Well, it's fine. It's supposed to be a podcast. It's more of something for people to listen to.
He doesn't have good enough internet to be able to have it upload.
There's 12-second delays to everyone everywhere. At
Not
least
the
12
one
seconds.
time. One time I did a stream. I got it within a few seconds.
12.
I only did it once.
But yeah, my least favorite teacher was definitely my art teacher in 10th grade, I believe. Yeah, 10th grade. She was all around nuts. She would enforce rules that weren't even rules. Like, PDA would be enforced when like we weren't, doing PDA, according to the contract that we signed at the beginning of every year. She wouldn't allow you to wear hats in class when that was allowed. She would get mad at, like, we had notes from the principal that allowed us to do stuff like this, and she would still get mad at us. And it's like, what are you doing? You're nuts. And she'd yell at you, like, she would, like, loudly yell at you, like, louder than you should be. If you're yelling that loud, you should just send the kid to the office. My favorite teacher, however, yeah, that would definitely have to be my media teacher now.
I figured you would say that.
He's been the best. I could relate to him. He's been a friend. Other teachers, I mean, I've had good friends like my 9th grade English teacher, or my 12th grade English teacher, but like none of them have been like the same as my media teacher. Now, we've gone to Buffalo Wild Wings together. We've hung around. He helps me with news. It's just all around fun. So that's my favorite teacher and why. How about
11 Ox?
Well, y'all already know my favorite teacher. And then luckily...
Wait, which one? Oh, media.
And then my least favorite, lucky for me, I never had that crazy art teacher.
Yes.
So an actual teacher, or my least favorite teacher I did have, would be sophomore English.
Is that the emotional one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
She was also nuts.
Why?
Go ahead.
Okay, well, lucky for me, my class wasn't as problematic as yours.
Mm-hmm.
She'd always be crying her fake tears about all this random stuff. And then the big one was how her son was in the military, right?
Yeah. That was her go-to response, so that way people would feel bad for her and then, be on her side. But, like, I mean, come on.
And then there was the weekly project we had to do, even though I only did one.
She taught us on a college level, which I'm not complaining about. You can do that for some classes, but we were not ready. We were not ready for some of the things she threw at us. It was like, what was it? It was a weekly quiz, weekly test, like a monthly project.
And there's those papers every week.
Yeah, there was papers every single week. It was like, come on. I
And
mean,
the portfolio.
oh my gosh, the portfolio, which she said it was supposed to be worth like, it was a project, so it was supposed to be worth like 75 points, but it was actually like
We still use
200
percentage then.
Oh,
We switched to points
Yeah.
junior.
so it was like 75%, but then it was weird. I was always confused by that because I swear she made it like it was like 200% or something. Like it was made to have us fail if we did it wrong. That was like everybody was failing her class, and the people who have straight A's had like C's in her class because of how terribly we were doing. And it wasn't our fault. It was that she put so many projects at us at once and things like that that we couldn't keep up with it. We were trying to focus on one project when there was another, so a lot of us were failing. Sorry, I don't mean to butt in. I know you were talking about that teacher, but oh, you got me frustrated. Having bad memories.
No problem. That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to admit, one of my favorite teachers was always Mr. Pollitt. Although he was an atheist, he was a very respectful, or not even an atheist. It was more, I think he didn't believe in God, but I don't think I would have considered him atheist because an atheist is like an anti-evangelist. Like they have to make you believe that there is no God. But this guy he was really chill about it. He like gave everyone their own opinion and like had them all like support their own idealisms. And he let me read the Lord of the Rings for my book report. Like all of them. Like we had 4 book reports, so I did them all on the 4 Lord of the Rings books. So cool. And yeah, we jumped in some like conversation about being gay and all that, but it didn't happen all the time. And I mean, like that was the thing. We could hop into these random conversations about the like most random of stuff, and it could take almost all the class to get through. Which was, if you really didn't want it, if you were like you knew you weren't done with the project, you could always just like talk about some random thing and get them distracted for like one more day. That I like that teacher. Anyways,
And why did you hate your worst favorite teacher? Or worst
I'm
teacher?
still trying to figure out which one I didn't like the most. Let's see. I generally liked most of my teachers. Let's see.
You had no problem with any teacher, no quarrel, no drama.
It's like I'm trying to think of which one had a really terrible issue with me, or else I had like a terrible issue with them. But as far as it goes,
You've liked every single teacher.
I it's not that I didn't like them. It's that the fact that I didn't not like them. See, then
Well, then which one did you dislike the most, or not like? Which one did you like the least?
let me see.
You had me and Zell's time to prepare for this question.
Yeah,
That
and
you-
it was hard.
That you brought up.
And
That
it is
you
that
brought up.
Pick one. Okay,
Wow.
I have to admit that although it pains me to say, I do have massive respect for this teacher, but it's the fact of the matter is that I'd have to say my middle school teacher, Mr.
I
Wait.
thought we were talking about
Just
high
go-
school.
We were just
Yeah,
saying
it
teacher.
was technically, this is technically a high school podcast.
That's trash. Can we just make it at school in general? School in general a podcast.
If it makes you finish the question,
Then
go
yes.
ahead, but don't
Probably,
name his name.
Oh, fine. It was just a science teacher of mine back in the past. I walked in on a conversation about like evolution and all this stuff, and like I was saying, and like how I was saying that God didn't make the world in like 7 million years, but rather in a week because it says directly in the Bible. And I didn't know if this guy was a Christian or not. In fact, I still don't know really. But we had this like deep conversation that took the entire period. Everybody else was doing busy work while me and him were sitting there arguing back and forth about this entire thing. I was like, but you can't get something from nothing. And it's like, yes, you can. There's like these electrons out in space that pop into existence that have a negative reaction that instantly pops them out of existence. I was like, what?
Whenever matter's created, you need antimatter created to balance it out.
Yeah, but then like these particles he was talking about like instantly converged into like nothingness again. But what I was trying to say was that God was inevitable. He said that it was very likely that God could exist and could also not exist. And I was like, what are you talking about? But basically, that was my most uncomfortable teacher until the point at the end of the year when we actually like were going over reflections. And everybody from that day on, because I was a Christian guy, if you wanted to like consider in your brain that God doesn't exist, you get one over on me. But anyways, basically for the rest of the rest of the week, really, people were kept on saying that you got schooled by yada yada. And then I was like, he didn't school me. He stated facts that weren't facts. They were theories. And everybody was like, nah, they were totally facts. Science is science. And I'm like, that's not how that works. But basically, as time went on, everybody kept on getting this idea that I had no idea what I was talking about the rest of the year. And then at the end of the year, we were going over stuff and we were talking about it. And like we were going around to students and he was like pointing out certain people. And then he came around to me and I was like, okay, where are you going to go with this, man? It was like I was expecting something like this. He was blind. He needs to learn how to learn. And then I was like, and then it surprised me when he came around and said that like he respected me. And I was like, what? And basically, and everybody else was like that too. They like when he said that, he literally came out and said, I have to admit, I respect him more than a lot of the students in this class. And I was like, I was confused and everybody else was too. And then he said that it was basically because we had these highly like ideological conversations that not a lot of other students had because they weren't open to the idea of change in mental attitude and stuff like that and like learning. While I had my beliefs and him who had his beliefs basically like bounced off one another with conversation. And that's when that has to be one of the, it makes him my favorite and least favorite teacher. Least favorite for the point of that him bringing up the conversation we had was my least favorite that I like had for it, but it was also the most favorite. It's so complicated, and that's why I think I had to put him in that position because every other teacher was sort of like just null void, but it's like he was my least and most favorite teacher at the same time. But I wouldn't call him my most favorite because Mr. Pollitt's still one of my favorite teachers. But as far as it goes, I respect him, and that's important because him showing me respect was what gave me respect for him, and I don't know. It was an interesting class.
Well, there you have it. This has been the high school live stream.
And or middle school.
This one was a lot better constructed than the last one was, where we just went off and played games.
Yeah. Anyways.
But yeah, that was good. I liked that one. What did you guys think?
Yeah. It got me.
It went well enough.
It got me talking.
Nice. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'm hoping to make this a whole series that I do every week. So be sure to tune into the next one. Maybe we'll talk about something cool or whatever, but yeah.
And if you like the video, give it a good soup, and I'll see all you guys and gals in the next video.
Thank you.
How about you, Zell?
Thank you all for watching. Bye.
Alright guys, thank you all for watching.
We have
see you in the
got
next
to
video.
get you an outro.